What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and we're gonna do a pick'em videos for the NFL Week 5 prediction. So this is gonna be my prediction. So I'm finally doing one before Thursday night football. It's been a lot of time. It's been quite a Sometimes I feel like I'm busy. Sometimes there's times I don't feel like it, but I'm finally back doing the game picks predictions on the one that I actually want to pick. So, first off, we got the 49ers versus the Rams. So, again, the 49ers is very injured right now. I heard that Brock Purdy is not playing that game. So, kind of interesting. You should sit out for against the Jaguars. But then you got the Rams, which they're doing one. They're rolling. They really should have won against the Eagles, but it is how it is. So if I'm gonna have to pick, I'm gonna pick the Rams to win this game over the 49ers. Next up, we got the Vikings versus the Browns. Now, very interesting matchup right here. Um, you got Dylan Gabriel, who is going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns. I don't know what the offense is going to look like. I don't expect to be like impressive, but I do think there might be a chance that Dylan Gabriel will surprise you. Could it be like the Chargers situation, like with Jackson Dart with the Giants, where they upset the favorite? Maybe. But I'm gonna pick the Vikings to win this one. Have to see what Dylan Gabriel has. Um, Vikings have a really good defense, so maybe a pretty challenge for the rookie to you know overcome it. And then plus, I think there's no Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is fine. Um, he's a fine backup, but it's how it is. Next up, where's versus the Colts? The Colts, coming off of a loss to the Rams, they came close to it, but they fell short. Made a lot of mistakes, and then the Raiders, they could have won the game against the Bears, but they didn't. Right now they're 1-3. I'm gonna pick the Colts to win this game. I just don't really see the Raiders, you know, making a win. I do think there's a chance, but right now I'm gonna pick the Colts to win it. Next up, the Giants versus the Saints. You got Jackson starting, and then he pulling a massive upset against the Chargers, and then facing against the Saints. Which look, I mean the Saints this is not a good team for the Saints. You already know that they're rebuilding, but Spencer Rattler has been playing fine. I do expect this to be a relatively close race. I'm gonna pick the Giants to win this game. Um, and coming off with a two-game winning streak. The schedule is already tough, so winning being the Chargers was already a massive improvement. So I do think this is gonna be the easiest game that the Giants will ever win, probably. So we're gonna wait and see. The Cowboys versus the Jets. The Jets, they made a lot of mistakes. They are not disciplined, and they really it kind of cost them the win. Now I'm not saying um I'm not saying that the Dolphins deserve to lose or anything, but the Jets has made a lot of crucial mistakes, crucial penalties. So maybe there might be more discipline, but it's facing against the Cowboys who's coming off of a tie. Kind of interesting, coming off of a tie. So the last week I went, I think it was 8-7-1. So not the best 2 weeks, but it is at least a winning record compared to last week, which I think I have like a 500 record. So, but yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys to win this game. I do think that this is gonna be, I do think that the Cowboys are gonna win this game, even though although the defense kind of is scary. I mean, they play okay last game, but I'm gonna say that it could be a problem. It could be a problem because maybe Justin Fields can make some incredible runs over here with the running game, but I do think that overall the Cowboys are probably gonna win this game. I don't be surprised if I won't be surprised if it's very high scoring though. The Broncos versus the Eagles. Um, the Eagles coming up with a pretty solid win against the Buccaneers. They came close to losing it, but they won. Facing against the Denver Broncos, who got a get right game, they won pretty handily against the Bengals. I'm gonna pick the Eagles. So I do think they're the better team at the moment. While they don't play like the best team, they certainly are a very good team, capable of making, you know, capable on making a deep run once again. And the Broncos, I do think that they're gonna lose that game. I mean, can they upset? Sure, but I don't think so. Oh boy. Next up, you got the Dolphins versus the Panthers. Oh, that's pretty. This is a pretty rough game. The Dolphins came off with a win against the Jets, and then the Panthers. The Panthers has been very disappointing against the Patriots. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be pretty telling how these teams are gonna go. It's very hard for me to pick which one because they're both 1-3, and they lost Tyreek Hill also the Dolphins. So it is pretty rough. I'm gonna pick the Panthers to win this game. I do think that the Panthers are gonna win, but I won't be surprised if the Dolphins win this game. You know, it's a pretty tough game to predict. Next up, Texans versus the Ravens. I heard that Lamar Jackson's playing, um, which that might be fine. With the Texans though, uh, the offense get going in the fourth quarter. We're gonna see pretty telling to see how this team is gonna go. Um, it will be very interesting to see, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Very very tough to see. Very tough because I don't know if Lamar is playing, and he might be playing through an injury, but I'm gonna say the Ravens are gonna get through. I mean, they basically own the Texans. You know. Next up, the Cardinals versus the Titans. I'm gonna pick the Cardinals. Titans are a mess. They got to fire Ryan Callahan. You know. The Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers. I do think the Buccaneers are slightly better team. Um, Baker Mayfield coming clutch. Well, not last week, but I do think that the Buccaneers are gonna win this game. But the Seahawks, the defense is really good. The offense is pretty solid too, so it'll be an interesting game. But I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers to win this game. Next up, this is the easiest pick to pick because the Bengals has been a disaster ever since Joe Burrow suffered an injury, and it's very hard for me to pick the Bengals to not pick the opposing team at this point because this Bengals team is terrible. They really need to have a complete overhaul on the offense. Like they might have to trade Henderson, and possibly even T Higgins maybe. I don't know, but it is a very tough situation for the Bengals. The Lions are such a much more better team than the Bengals at the moment, so it's gonna be very tough for anyone to pick the Bengals. They really they just 3 points. That is just pathetic. I know it's a Broncos defense, but I mean, come on, you're better than this, right? So I'm gonna pick the Lions to win this game. The Commanders versus the Chargers. I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win this game. I do think that they are the better team at the moment, and because they lost to the Giants, but it might be a fluke probably. So I'm gonna pick the Chargers to win this game. I heard Jane Daniels is playing though, so that will be interesting right here. Next up, the Patriots versus the Bills. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I do think the Bills are a much better team than the Patriots right now, and um, and while the Patriots have a pretty solid win, I'm gonna say the Bills are gonna win. Next up, we get the Chiefs versus the Jaguars for Monday Night Football. I'm gonna pick the Chiefs to win that game. I do think that the Chiefs are sort of back. The Jaguars are 3-1, which is very interesting. But I'm gonna say the Chiefs are gonna win this game. And if I have to pick how many total points are going to be scored. Um, so in my opinion, I do think this is going to be like 27 to, hold on. I do think it will be 28 to 20. So it'll be like around 48. So there you have it, guys. So that is my picks here. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.